Students, all of you are welcome into my economics class. Today I am going to discuss a topic of law of demand, which is known as change in demand or shift in demand curve. As change in quantity demanded, it is also the derivative topic of law of demand. Now, first of all, what is change in demand? In change in quantity demanded, the prime factor of change in demand was the price of the commodity. That means price plays the important role. Now, regarding change in demand, what are the factors that affect the demand for a commodity? We'll see now. You see the definition first. Where there is a change in demand due to change in factors other than commodities own price, it is called change in demand. So it is simple that in change in quantity demanded, what we have got, the price of the commodity was main factor that ultimately affects the demand for the commodity. That means we got expansion and contraction in demand due to change in price of the commodity, but the fact is different here. That is, where there is a change, you see the definition again, where there is a change in demand due to change demand for a commodity, that is due to change in factors other than commodities own price. Here price is not prime factor or main factor that changes the demand for the commodity. Here the factors other than price of the commodity are responsible for change in the demand for commodity. In the discussion period of law of demand, where different factors were there, that is income of the people ultimately directly affect the demand for the commodity, then population, these are so many factors that ultimately affects the demand for a commodity. When these factors affect the demand for a particular commodity, then it is called change in demand, and it is called change in demand. It is written as here. Now, change in demand can be divided into two parts. First one is the increase in demand, and second one is the decrease in demand. As we have discussed in the change in quantity demanded, there were also two parts, that is expansion of demand and contraction of demand. Now you see what is increase in demand and what is decrease in demand. When factors like money income, number of consumers, taste and fashion, change in price of related goods increases the amount of demand, it is called increase in demand. That means these factors directly increase the amount of demand for the commodity, so it is called the situation of increase in demand. On the other hand, when the same factors that what I have told you here affects the or decrease the amounts of demand, it is called decrease in demand. That means here these factors, that is income of the person, then number of consumers, population, taste pattern, then change in price of the related goods directly affects the amount of demand. Increase in these factors or decrease in these factors ultimately affect in change in demand. That's why we can get two concepts, that is increase in demand and decrease in demand. In case of change in quantity demanded, we did not get any separate demand curve. That means there was no any shift in the demand curve, but to show the shift in to show the change in demand curve, we must shift the demand curve in change in demand. That means in increase in demand or in decrease in demand, that means we have to shift the demand curves rightward or leftward. How it is possible, you see. Increase in demand can be shown in two ways. That is, first, same price more demand, and number B, more price same demand. First we discuss same price, more demand. That is increase. Again you see increase in demand can be shown in two prospects. First, same price, more demand, and second one is the more price, same demand. How it happens you see. Now all of you consider this table. Now I am going to discuss the same price, more demand situation. So observe this table. This is the price column measured in rupees. We are using a symbol here, rupees symbol. 2020, that means no change in the price of commodity, and demand for the commodity is 2025. That means here at rupees 20 the commodity demanded by the consumer was 20, and when the price is same the amount demand for the commodity increases from 20 to 25. It is as a result of increase in income. Sometimes the consumer income may increase in the economy, and that's why in the same price situation he can increase his demand for the commodity. So this is called as, that is 20 to 25 units of increase in demand is called increase in demand in economics. So this can also be shown with the help of this diagram. That is, this is y axis and this is ox axis. This axis we are taking to measure the price of commodity in this axis, and then in this axis, that is ox axis, we are going to measure the amount of quantity demanded or demand for the commodity. Now the price of the commodity, this is also the initial price of the commodity, is OP. At this price the quantity demanded for the good is OQ. Now the amount of demand increase from OQ to OQ1, that is this much of increase without change in the price of commodity. That means this QQ1 is called as increase in demand. You see there is no change in the price of commodity, still there is an increase in amount of demanded without increase or decrease in the price or at the same price situation. This is, you see, this is point E and this is point E1. That means at E1 we get another demand curve, that is D1 D1. Original demand curve was DD, and this DD demand curve implies the OQ amount of commodity demanded by the consumer, and price was OP. Now at same price, that is OP price, the quantity demanded has increased from OQ to OQ1. That means therefore there is a shift in the original demand curve DD to D1 D1. So in increase in demand there is the necessity of shifting the demand curve from its original position. Here we discuss the same price, more demand. Now we discuss more price, same demand situation. Okay, now we come to the same situation, that is more price, same demand. Again you observe the table. First column price measured in rupees 2025, then demand in units 10 10. This year price increases from 20 to 25, but there is a same amount of demand. Sometimes there may be increase in the demand for the commodity in the market. That is due to increase in the demand for the commodity in the market, the consumers are now prepared or ready to pay more price for the same quantity. Can you get my point? That as the demand for the commodity increases, that is number of consumers increases in the market, therefore the existing consumers of this commodity are ready to pay more price for the commodity. As a result, at the higher price the demand curve will shift rightward. You see the situation here. The initial price of the commodity is OP, and this at OP price the amount of quantity demanded is OQ. So this is the normal situation in DD demand curve. DD is the demand curve and this is the point E. At point E, amount demand for the commodity is OQ and price is OP. Now the demand for the commodity or quantity demanded in the or numbers of consumers in the market increases. As a result, what will happen? The existing consumers will now ready to pay more price than the initial price for the same unit of the commodity. Now these consumers are ready to pay OP1 price. That means increase in the price is PP1. That is OP1 was the initial price. Now they are ready to pay OP1 price, and as a result we'll get another point outside the original demand curve. It is point E1, and at this E1 point we'll get another demand curve, that is D1 then DD original demand curves. Hence there is a upward movement of the demand curve. That is, this is the cause is what? That consumers are ready to pay more price for the same unit of the commodity. In such situation also there will be a upward shift of the demand curve from its original position, that is DD to D1. Students, I think you can get the concept. Next we'll see the decrease in the demand curve. The decrease in demand curve or decrease in demand can also be explained with the help of two way, that is there is a twofold discussion as increase in demand. First one is the same price less demand, and second one is the less price same demand. How it happens? You see what is decrease in demand. Decrease in demand refers to a situation when consumers demand a smaller quantity of the commodity at the same price. Then decrease in demand is caused by fall in consumers' income. Sometimes consumer income may fall. Due to this there will be a less demand. Then a fall in price of substitute goods, a rise in the price of complementary goods, a change in consumer taste and flavor for other commodities, that is favor for other commodities, or fall in the number of consumers. So these are so many reasons for which the amount demand for a commodity may decline or decrease. Now we consider the table. The headline is same price less demand. First point we are going to discuss here under decrease in demand. Prices of the commodities are 2020. So there is unchanged price for the commodity, and demand is at 20 rupees was 15, and at the same price situation there is a decrease the price demand for the commodity from 15 to 10. So there is 5 units decline in the demand for the commodity, which we are going to consider as the decrease in demand. Now this situation arises due to what? Fall in the number of consumers, that I have already told you. Then fall in the price of substitute goods, then rise in the price of complementary goods, that is change in the consumer's taste in favor of other commodities, or fall in number of consumers. So these are the factors that are responsible for decline in the demand for commodity, and this situation can also be shown with the help of this diagram. You see again there are two axes, OX axis measuring quantity demanded, and OY axis we are measuring price of the commodity, and here DD is the original demand curve, and here price of the commodity is OP. So at point E the amount of demand for the commodity is OQ, this, and then amount for price of the commodity is OP. So at OP price amount demanded is OQ. Next, without changing in the price, that means when price of the commodity is same, there is a change in the demand for the commodity from OQ to OQ2. this is OQ, original demand for the commodity. Now this is OQ2, it is new demand, and there is a fall in demand for the commodity, and as a result demand curve shift leftward from DD to D2. It is original demand curve DD. Now there is a fall in the demand curve from D to D2 due to due to what factors other than price of the commodity. Price is constant here, but this demand falls due to factors other than price of commodity. So Q2 is the amount of decrease in demand at same price situation. So next situation is less price, same demand. You see in the first column price 20 and 15 are considered here, and in the second column, and it is demand in units 15. Sometimes what happens, due to fall in the demand for a commodity, again you see due to fall in the demand for a commodity, the consumers are ready to pay less price for the commodity. So that means the demand for the commodity of the same commodity declines in the economy. So to get same amount of the commodity, now consumers are ready to pay less price. That is, original price was 20. At this price the consumers were demanding 15 units of the commodity. This is the first situation, or at initial price the demand was 15, that is 20 rupees. But there is a sudden fall in the demand for the commodity. Say for example the numbers of consumer declines. So as a result, to get the same unit of the commodity, now consumers are that is ready to pay just 15 rupees. So in such situation also there will be a leftward movement of the demand curve. How it is possible, you see in the diagram. Again you consider these two axes, OX axis and OY axis. So quantity is measured in the OX axis, and then at horizontal axis we are measuring what? Price of the commodity. So again you see DD is the original demand curve, E is the point where the price and commodity, that is demand for the commodity, are settled. That is OP price, quantity demand is OQ. E is the point, at point E. Now the price falls to OP, original price was OP, now to OP2. As a result, the point will shift from E to E2. That is, original point was E and now new point is E2. So here we will get another demand curve, that is D2. That means there is a downward shift in the demand curve. What happened in this downward shift demand curve? As the price of the commodity falls, so at the falling price, it is OP2 price, now consumer is demanding same unit of the commodity, this OQ amount of the commodity. This is called actually less price, same demand. That is, the consumer demand indirectly declines in the market. As a result, now consumers are ready to pay just less price for the same demand. That means otherwise they will not demand for the commodity. That's why the producer or the market price of the commodity will decline from 20 to 15. So in this way we can actually discuss the two situations of decrease in demand. First, what we have learned, that is same price less demand, and less price same demand. So in this video what we have got, first thing, increase and decrease. Our topic was increase and decrease in the demand for the commodity. So number one, increase in demand can be discuss in the two way. That is first, what is the first case? Same price, more demand. And second, number two, more price, same demand. More price, same demand. So in decreasing demand, what we have got? Same price, less demand, and B, less price, same demand. So you see the difference. In increases demand, first point is same price, more demand, and in decreasing demand, first point is same price, less demand. Same price is same here, but more demand, but here less demand in decreasing demand. So next, number B, more price, same demand, but here less price. In place of more, you write less price, same demand, same demand. So these are the four situations through which we can explain the concept of increase in demand and decrease in demand. I hope you all understood the concept, and if you have any query and any problem, then you can discuss with me. Thank you.